Hey everybody, it's Razor from the Horror Syndicate. It is day 8 of October of 31 Days of Horror, of course, because that's what we're celebrating in October is horror. Of course, the Horror Syndicate does horror every day, and you can follow us at the Horror Syndicate on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check out the YouTube channel, which maybe you're watching this on. Subscribe, share, follow. Tonight, talk about the Amityville Horror a little bit, and I decided to sit down tonight. Instead of being so spastic, well, I'm standing because I can't. I shake and tremble. Anyway, the Amityville Horror was one of the earlier horror films I watched. Well, not too early. It was like 1990-ish when I first saw the movie. Instantly loved it, especially when I thought that it was based on a true story. I don't know. I've investigated by like reading articles, watching, you know, different documentaries and hearing interviews with the Lutz family. I'm not 100% sure if it's true, so especially since the last few residents of the actual house on Ocean Avenue have not had any problems, or at least they say. So anyway, gonna walk through some of the stuff I have because I love the series for the most part. The series is so odd. There are like 25 or 30 of them now, and most of them don't tie to the first one. Most of them just throw Amityville in the title just to get exposure, more than likely. Chuck Ransford did a nice little piece on the Amityville. Like, I guess he ranked them, is what he did. I believe the first 5 or 6 or so are on Amazon Prime, the streaming, which I have some of them here. I always have a stack of DVDs or Blu-rays. Screen Factory actually released a nice set with the first 3 movies, which I do think the second movie is super underrated. The Amityville Horror is fantastic, of course. The second one is kind of a prequel that is the Montelli family, but it's kind of like based on the DeFeos. And they're the ones who, well, Ronnie DeFeo is the one who actually killed his family and supposedly looked like George and all that good stuff. Amityville 3D has Lori Loughlin in it from Full House. So then, moving on, I've got, of course, we got the DVDs of those 3. This was a set also that came with a little documentary, came out in like 04, 05, I think it was 05, to celebrate this pile of trash. The remake with Ryan Reynolds, don't care for it. My son likes it. I didn't like it right away. In 2003, 2004, 2005, there were 3 remakes that came out from the horror world. Can you guess what they are? I'll wait. No. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 2003, I hated it. I was so nervous going in 2004 to see Dawn of the Dead because Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorites. I don't know if you can see the poster. One of my favorite, most terrifying horror movies I ever saw, and I loved what they did with the remake. And then the Amityville Horror, so this is the shittiest of all of them. So anyway, I've also got so far The Evil Escapes, which is actually underrated, I think. It's not that bad. It's got Patty Duke in it. And then It's About Time, which was actually the first one I ever saw. So if we talk about when I saw Amityville, it must have been 92, because this came out and it was on cable by 1992, because it's Amityville 1992. It's about a clock. Anyway, I'm a big fan of the series. I also have this one, which is okay. It's kind of a meta Amityville movie where the original film exists because they watch it in this movie. But it's not bad. It's got, was it Bella Thorne, I think is her name, and the kid who plays the Joker, Cameron Monaghan, is in it as well. He's barely has any lines, but he's actually really good in that role. This is the documentary that's on that, that came with that box set. Apparently I threw away the actual box it came in. Anyway, Amityville Horror, you know, it's about a haunted house. The Lutz family moves in. They paid $80,000 for the house. All kinds of weird stuff happens. George looks like Ronnie DeFeo, and they leave the house. He wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's impotent at some point. He's coming apart. I don't know. It's not as highly regarded as I thought coming into the horror world. Not as many people like it as much as I do. And my family, really. My brother-in-law loves it. My brother loves it. But I love it. And that's all that matters to me. I think it's a solid horror movie with way too many sequels. There's way too many. There is a new set coming out with 4, 5, and 6 to go along with this one. I think Scorpion is releasing it. I can't remember offhand. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with a good ghost story. So Amityville, is available on Amazon Prime, possibly Hulu, possibly Netflix. I don't even know anymore because I can't keep up with all these damn streaming services. So check us out for tomorrow. What am I going to watch? I have no clue. What am I going to do? I watched Wishmaster 1 and 2 last night. I might watch 3 and 4 tonight because I've never seen those two. Anyway, check us out tomorrow. More 31 Days of Horror. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Follow the Facebook. Looks like Evil Dead versus Dawn of the Dead in our remakes bracket challenge. The next one starts on Friday, October 11th, and it's going to be classics. So check us out. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on the YouTube, Instagram, whatever your heart desires. But it's probably better off to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Anyway, have a good night.